I've got a massive problem with the altcoins that I've put in the thumbnail of this video and a few more that you may hold in your portfolio. I believe this rally that we're getting right now in the next few weeks is going to be the final real opportunity to sell this garbage before they enter an infinite bear market against Bitcoin. I think the people who continue to hold this stuff after this leg are going to suffer really badly. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you what coins I don't like and also give my reasonings as to why I think they're finished. And I'm also going to tell you where I'd sell them. Before we start, nothing here is financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. So I'm going to preface this video by saying clearly, I'm not saying dump these altcoins right now. We're still early to this leg that's coming. The point I'm trying to make with this video is the following. Firstly, I want to prove why these altcoins are terrible. And secondly, I want to highlight that when they do pump in this leg that we're getting, it's going to be the last chance to sell these at good prices. For many people, it's going to be the last chance to recover a portfolio and start crypto afresh with more experience. So naturally, you're going to think to yourself, okay, if I hold these altcoins and they're going to pump, when exactly should I be selling them? That's a very good question. I'm just going to very concisely give you a method to identify when to exit these altcoins. Firstly, once we see this indicator green for several weeks in a row, that's your warning sign that the market is in danger, and not only should you be exiting bad altcoins, but across the board, you should be taking profits. This is one of the most reliable indicators I've come across this cycle, and you can't get it on your normal trading view. You have to go to this specific website. But don't worry, I'm going to keep you updated on this indicator on my channel and also post updates on it on my Twitter as well. So make sure you subscribe and also follow me on Twitter too. The last thing you want is for this entire altcoin market to crash 80% again and then realize you missed the easiest warning signal from this indicator. The second thing you want to look at is the USDT dominance. Once this goes to these range lows and below, we should be taking profits because it marked the top in March 2024, December 2024, and even the Trump meme coin launch. And the third thing that you want to look at when analyzing when to sell these altcoins is just the technical charts. Let's take a look at Beam, for example. Look for clear and obvious levels where the price is obviously going to struggle. For me, it's clear as day that Beam, when it gets to this 2,500 to 3,000 region, it's going to really struggle. And when you consider the fact that from the bottom, that's going to be like a 5-6x rally, you'll realize that actually you kind of got to be getting out over here. Mark my words, Beam may go to this price and so many people will get burned waiting to get out near all-time highs. You have to be realistic. I understand for many people this may be hard to hear, but this is the truth of this situation. Anyone telling you Beam can go to 50 cents is lying because from here you're basically saying it's going to go 100x. Even if it went to 10 cents, that's like a 25x off the bottom, which is completely unrealistic for a mid to large cap like this. Anyways, what I've just shown you is a teaser for my complete exit strategy for this leg. In 48 hours, I'm going to make an exit strategy specifically for this leg of the market. I'm going to outline when I'm going to sell, and I'm also going to tell you exactly where I'll exit bad altcoins like the ones that I've just shown you. So make sure you subscribe for this video. Okay, now I'm going to dive deep into which coins I think you really need to get out of during the next few weeks. And when I say last chance, I really do mean last chance. Each of the rallies these coins are giving is only getting weaker and weaker. The longer you wait, the more chance you're trapped in these coins. And before I get into the coins, let me ask you something. Have you noticed how a lot of these altcoins went way lower than when the crypto YouTubers first called it? But if you watch their videos now, their price targets haven't changed. How is that even possible? If a coin went really low in price, you have to adjust your price prediction because the people who bought down here will want to take profit much sooner, which is going to add to the sell pressure. I believe I'm one of the only ones who's going to say things how they really see it because I'm not afraid. I don't mind being the villain, but I sleep well knowing what I'm saying is 100% what I really think. Whether you agree with what I say in this video or not, you have to respect a man who does that. So let's get into why I hate these altcoins. With these altcoins, they all have the same pool of traits. And by traits, I mean facts that make them extremely bearish or bad long-term holds. So my first problem with a lot of these altcoins is that most people already know them A lot of people hold them in their portfolios, and you can't win this game by doing the same thing as everyone else. When I bought Syrup, no one even knew it existed. It was very low key, and that's why it was able to go on such a major run. Anyways, that's not even the main problem with these coins. The bigger problem I have with these coins is the torrid underperformance they've been giving. Look at Render, for example. During the last major run that we had in November 2024, it couldn't even break its old all-time high. And if that's not convincing enough, take a look at how it performed against the entire altcoin index. It's been in a downtrend since May 2024. Even in November 2024, there was basically no outperformance. That's really bad when you can't even outperform the altcoin index. And look how it's been doing during the recent leg up that we've been having. Stocks like Coin and MSTR are outperforming it, which is really, really bad. You're taking on all this extra risk buying an altcoin when you could buy a safe stock like Coin and make even more money. The third problem I have is the narratives. Some of the narratives here are extremely weak. The gaming narrative, for example, has been underperforming since late 2023, and the only way I can see it reviving is with the launch of GTA 6, but that's in 1 year from now. You want fresh narratives, things to invest in that's actually going to excite people, which leads me on to my next point, which is really my most powerful point. These coins are basically old. They're old generation coins now. They have bag holders. All you need to do is look at the chart and you'll see clear as day there's bag holders for people who bought during this run. And if you hold any of these coins, that's bad news for you, because when these coins pump, there's so many people who ate a massive 80% drawdown, in some cases even almost 90%, and they're going to be desperate to get out. That's exactly why when the market has been recovering, they've been quite weak in their pumps. And secondly, don't you think as this next leg progresses, these scumbag scammers who manufacture and create coins are going to create new narratives and coins that's going to steal all the attention away from these old ones? Perfect example for me is when people thought Tau would do really well in late 2024 and it significantly underperformed. AI agents stole all the thunder and the big gains took place in that narrative. I've talked about these coins broadly in this video, but if I was to delve even deeper, the picture becomes even uglier. A lot of these coins will have token unlocks or tokenomics issues that make it even harder to pump. Perfect example is Ondo. Remember when I made that Ondo video and I said basically it's done against BTC forever? This here is the chart pattern that I drew, and this was me being kind to them. Look at what really happened. And I don't want to hear anyone saying, oh well, this is because the entire market went down. No, it started dying after the market started recovering. Now I think this is the more likely situation for a coin like Ondo. A flash in the pan rally that allows you to exit at a good price, and then a continued downtrend against BTC for pretty much forever. Whatever you do, make sure you get out on this rally. Not financial advice. Now let's analyze a couple more crowd favorites in detail. Something that really bugs me is that most people don't realize how much gains these altcoins have already given this cycle. Like if you take a look at Render, this thing is already up how much for this cycle? It's already up more than 10x for this cycle, and it already went up 33x for this cycle. Ondo is up 10x. I already cashed out a 7 to 8x on this last year. Injective literally started this cycle at $1. Tau is up 10x for this cycle. Zooming out, looking from a macro perspective, these things already had great cycles. They gave 10 to 50x gains already. For YouTubers to be saying they can still go 20x, it's just not realistic. So what's the solution to all of this? Well, I'm going to give you a full step-by-step plan for what I do if I held these altcoins right now. Firstly, I'd wait patiently until all my conditions for the exit strategy are met. Remember, I've got a video coming on the exit strategy for this leg in 48 hours. You'll need that. Then, when the conditions are right, I'd either sell into Bitcoin or USDT, depending on how high Bitcoin is. Then what I'd do is I'd wait very patiently for weeks or for months, because just like clockwork, there's going to be major FUD and then another major Bitcoin and altcoin crash and downtrend, just like we had in February, March and April. That's going to be your golden ticket towards getting a 10x this cycle. If you have the bravery and the conviction to accumulate during the lows when everyone's scared, with that newfound cash that you got selling this garbage at decent prices, you're going to be able to 3 to 5x your portfolio in the space of a month or two. And if you don't believe me, just look at recent examples. April lows, I was aggressively buying the lows and I made alerts for that in premium. In terms of altcoins, things like Syrup did a 6x, Hype 5x. Even if you wanted lower risk, MSTR did like a 2x, Coin did over a 2x. The opportunity is abundant when you're buying other people's fear, and you're going to feel amazing sitting on the cash as the market nukes and keeps going down and down. But you will be able to experience that if you get stuck holding these sorts of coins. And this, in a nutshell, is pretty much my main crypto strategy. I wait for long periods of time, I wait for fear, and then I only accumulate the best altcoins that actually have something special about them. For example, with Syrup, I knew it was special because of my broad knowledge of the altcoin space. I saw how this was one of the only teams that managed to secure a Coinbase listing after a rebrand. To me, that was really special, and I knew this team was cooking up something big. These are the sorts of nuances and insights you need to make real money in this space. It's not easy, but you don't want to be stuck buying the same 5 altcoins that everyone else already has. So if you want to see what altcoins I'm currently holding for fast gains during this leg, and you also want to see when I exit my portfolio for this leg of the market, join Premium. I'll leave the link to it in the pinned comments. I believe you should get as much information as you can regarding when to exit this leg, because as I said, for many of these altcoins, it really is the last ride, and it's an inflection point in your entire crypto career. Do you want to bag hold these coins during the next downtrend? Look, I'll just show you. I'll go back to the beam example. With each leg, it's just becoming weaker and weaker. Look at this downtrend. This is a macro downtrend spanning years. That's why I keep saying, and I've titled this video this way, because it really is the last chance. Because, yeah, I don't see this breaking new all-time highs. Anyways, my question to you is, do you want to bag hold these altcoins down during the next minus 80% downtrend? Or would you rather hold cash on the way down, ready to sink it into a quality 4 to 5x? You still have the opportunity to make life-altering money this cycle. Don't blow it. Nail the exit during this leg, and make sure you buy back the lows with courage. Thanks for watching.